Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. We are continuing the hadith about the 7 people who get a special shade on the Day of Judgment. So number 1 was a righteous leader. Number 2 was a young person who grew up worshipping Allah. Number 3 was a person whose heart is attached to the masjid. Number 4 was 2 people who loved each other only for Allah. And number 5, وَرَجُلٌ دَعَتْهُ امْرَأَةٌ ذَاتُ مَنْصِبٍ وَجَمَالٍ فَقَالَ إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهِ. So a person who has been called by a beautiful woman, she's beautiful and she has a high status, and she was called by him. Called meaning she was called to have a relationship with him outside of marriage. And he said, إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهِ. He said, no, I fear Allah. I will not engage in a prohibited relationship outside of the bounds of marriage. So this is the 5th category, which talks about temptation. Temptation is something that a lot of people go through. There was a statistic I heard recently. They said that in America, 100 years ago, 10% of relationships, 10% of people having going all the way physical relationships were outside of marriage. 90% were within the bounds of marriage. Today, the statistic is 95% of people outside of marriage go all the way physically. Outside of marriage. From 10% to 95%. So zina, or what fornication and adultery is like, it's like a foreign word. People don't even know this word. It's like, it sounds strange when you say it. So this is the situation which we live in today. The temptation is extremely high. And as I've mentioned before, for the Muslims, it's marriage, the age of marriage is getting later and later and later for the society in general. For the Muslims, you can have a relationship outside of marriage. So it's a very difficult situation that people are in. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you can resist the temptation when it's extremely high, somebody who is very attractive to you, somebody who is very accomplished and has special status to you, they tempt you and you resist that temptation, you get a special shade on the Day of Judgment that everyone is going to want to be in that shade. And the temptations today, they don't only come in the physical form. The temptations today even come in the form of what you look at. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our hearts, may Allah protect our eyes, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our bodies from ever doing anything which would displease Allah or which would cause the destruction of our own society. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.
Do you think that? I don't know.